Hello, everyone. I'm Calvin,
And I'm Jessica.
and welcome back to our podcast. This is episode number 4. That means we've been doing this for a month.
Yep.
Look at that. I'm so excited that we're able to do this and tell these stories. It hasn't been too difficult to make. It's been a lot of fun learning everything. We launched the podcast officially this past weekend, which was pretty cool. I learned a lot of stuff about publishing podcasts. I thought that, I can just publish everything and then it goes live, but that's not the case. And luckily, I had requested several days in advance to be able to publish on a bunch of these different platforms. And then iTunes took an extra day from our launch date, which wasn't too bad. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. So we're now on all the podcasts, but by the time you're hearing this, we'll already be launched and good to go. And, I'm excited.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Speaking of this past weekend, we had your birthday.
Happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday to you, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I had a really good time. The cake that you made me was like the best in the world. It tasted so good. And he made a video of the cake and the birthday party, which are on his YouTube channel.
The cake video, the audio kind of sucks on it a little bit, which is fine. Whatever.
Not that bad.
I think it does.
It's not the best either.
It's not the best. And it's kind of long, but if you're wanting to make a cake, a vegan chocolate cake, you can watch me make that one and follow along. I put the recipe and everything to it.
Yeah.
It turned out pretty good. There's a couple of things that didn't go as planned, obviously. It always doesn't go as planned, but it was really good.
It was delicious.
And it was the hit of the party.
Yeah.
Everyone loved it, so.
Yeah.
Which was awesome. Yeah, so we worked on that, or I worked on that. Then the day of your birthday, we had planned to have a party.
We did have a party.
Well, we had a party, but we had planned to have a party. So we got ready for that in preparation for everyone coming. We were planning on having 8 to
11 people, including us.
Yeah, but that didn't work. Not everyone came.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, but oh well.
Yeah, it's fine. We had, I'm trying to think, 4 or 5 people show up. Count with your fingers.
Yeah, I think 4 people, so it was 6 people total.
Yeah, and honestly, in this small apartment, that's plenty of room.
Yeah.
Or plenty of people, and which was really good because we can have, enough room for people to eat and then play games. We pulled out a table and played a couple board games, which was a lot of fun.
All of the guys did magic tricks, which was super fun. I was the whole time with my mouth open, what the heck? How'd you do that?
Yeah, so so one of the guys that came, he's like, "Hey, you want to see a magic trick?" Performed a magic trick, and then from there, I was like, "You know what? I got a trick I can show you guys that I just haven't done." And when I was little, I was really into magic,
Yeah.
and I was like, "I think I might know one," because he was doing something that was similar to my trick in my head.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, okay, I can do one. So we did a trick, and then this other guy did a trick, which this other guy was from Arkansas.
Yeah, this other guy.
Stan. He was from Arkansas, who just happened to be in town visiting family. And we're like, come to the party.
Yeah, it was really weird. We randomly found out that he was in Long Beach, and he didn't know we lived here. We didn't know why he was here, and we're just like, hey, we're having a party. You want to come 2 days before the party? He's like, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I'll be there.
Yeah, which was pretty awesome, because I haven't seen him in a couple of years.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did magic tricks and hung out, and it was just really nice to have people come over and have a little party and kind of enjoy each other's company.
Yeah, I'm really glad that we had some friends to come over because we haven't had a party since, I don't know, before we moved, before we left since we've left our house. We had our last party when we owned our house a few years ago.
Yeah, about 3 years, I guess.
Yeah, and since we've been traveling,
Yeah, since we've been traveling, it's just been me and Jessica. When we were in the camper, when we did Airbnbs, we did every now and then go stop at places. specifically because we knew people lived there.
Yeah.
Try to visit them. But for the most part, just been mostly us on the road and stuff. And then once we moved to Long Beach, we didn't know anybody.
Yeah.
So it was really good to have those people come over and hang out. But yeah, so speaking of like, not having people around, for me especially, it's been kind of difficult because I'm used to having like a bunch of friends around all the time and hanging out every weekend.
And family.
Yeah.
You have so much family.
I have a lot of family. So like moving out here, I really, really, really like it here. But one of the big downfalls of many, of a couple, is that I don't know a lot of people here. And yeah. I feel like it's hard for me to find people to make friends with because I'm really picky.
And you don't leave the house?
I don't leave the house. Well, I work, and I pretty much work all day, and at the end of the day, it's like, if I want to meet somebody and hang out with them, like, what do? I don't drink, so it's like, I don't really want to go to a bar. I don't know. I'm also kind of awkward, don't know how to say words, but I have a podcast. Maybe this will help me with my words, my good words.
Yeah,
my good big words. My good big words. Yeah.
Yeah, I just think that I got kind of lucky when we moved here. Before we moved here, I had really I didn't make friends when we lived in Arkansas. Not really. Like, I mainly was just friends with people that Calvin knew, and we didn't become like super close. We just hung out mainly whenever we would have parties at our house, and I would just have a couple of my high school friends come. But I really had a hard time making friends before. But when we moved here, I was just like, okay, I am done with that. I'm gonna make friends, and it's a little easier because I run my own business, and it all started out with. The reason I was going out and about was to kind of like casually mention throughout the town, like, I have a business and like I have an online store and I do design, and just get my name out there a little bit. So I would tell everybody. I would act like everybody's my friend. Like, go get coffee, they're my friend. Go to like a local shop, that owner is my friend. Like, I act like everybody's my friend here. And then some people really did become my friend. And so a couple of the people that we invited were people who worked in stores close to where we lived.
Yeah.
And a couple of people that we invited were just affiliated with different events that I've went to because of like trying to do business stuff or like get my art out there. But really, it's hard to make friends as an adult, especially if you don't drink.
Yeah, it's hard to make friends as an adult. I've tried a couple things too. I don't go out, so that's one of my big problems. I also don't I don't text very much. I don't call people very much. I'm just like, I don't know. I want friends, but I don't put out the effort to get friends. It seems like I did sign up for Bumble for a little while. And I'm really picky, so I like swiped on everybody to like.
You're like, nope.
Yeah, everyone, like, if you're on Bumble to make friends, don't put pictures of you shirtless, just like, what's up, it's like, I'm here to make a friend, not go on a date with you.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I did find a couple people that I matched with that just, it just didn't work out. Like, I would put forth the effort to be like, hey, let's go hang out. I'll meet you, I'll drive, I'll pay for it. Just be my friend. But maybe, I don't know, it just never worked out.
Yeah. Which
is fine, I guess. But I don't know, I find it a little difficult for me.
Yeah, one thing about me though is I've been pretty good about making friends since we've moved here, but my biggest problem is not wanting to go out with them. I want to, in theory. It's like that one outgoing moment, or not outgoing, but like extroverted moment that I have. I'm like regretting it. Like, when it comes time to go out.
Yeah, someone texts her and she's like, and they're like, hey, are you busy Friday? And she's like, depends.
Depends, like, what's going on?
What's going on? Do you want to go do something? Because, like, depending on what that is, I might be so busy, you know. Oh, you want to, like, just hang out and watch a movie? Sounds fun. Wait, what movie? I might be busy still.
No, I'm not that bad.
She's like, okay, I like that movie. Let's hang out. Wait. We're going to have to figure out the food. Too much anxiety. You know what? I'm just busy.
I'm not that bad. It's mainly whenever people invite me over to, like, or invite me out to, like, the bar, or invite me to, like, events, like, I don't know, like, there was a vegan festival, or I don't like big crowds. I just like to hang out, just 1 or 2 people. Like, my party, for example, there was only 4 guests. Perfect. I loved it. It was really nice to have, like, a small get-together. We played games. It was just, I miss really nice.
Quite a bit is board games. Mm-hmm. We bought a couple board games, but it's like, we haven't played with a lot of people yet.
We've played with ourselves a couple times. Calvin, we played the board games with ourselves.
We played the board games a couple times. We've had a couple friends come over too. And I know there's a couple people around here that really like us and want to hang out. I'm just saying, like, in general, it's been difficult for me. But yeah, the board games have been so much fun. I don't know. I like those small little get-togethers and be able to play some games and hang out.
Yeah, I agree. So since it's so hard, like, do you think that you'll actually make friends?
Yeah, I'm sure. So, like, one of the main reasons that I was really excited about moving out here is because I know there's a lot of people in California, LA specifically, who have the same kind of interests that I do. So,
wait a second. Let's break this down. Okay. What are your interests?
Who knows, man? No, I don't party. Yeah. But I like just to hang out. I like being able to mess around with some technology, some lights. You know, I'm interested in video and photography.
So lights, camera, action?
Lights, camera, and action, man. That is my life. Yeah. Well, that was one of the main things I was really excited about moving out here, was, like, being able to meet the people that were interested in the same kind of things. So I try to reach out to people around here, and I have trouble, with people connecting with me because maybe they're just not interested, or maybe they're too busy, or whatever. And also, like, I feel like, especially whenever I was back home, I feel like I got closer to girls than guys, because a lot of guys back home were, like, hunters or whatever. And it's totally different from who I am. Like, all the guys in my family, you know, are like, let's go out fishing and hunting and all that kind of stuff. And I'm over here like, you want to draw a picture? So I'm, like, totally different from a lot of people.
Even though, like, we have fun hanging out when we're around them.
But... Yeah. I'm not saying that. It's just, I felt like, especially back home, that I connected more with girls. Because of the things that I like. I feel like guys around here are a little different, you know?
Yeah.
Especially Long Beach area. But getting out of that mindset a little bit, to try to find friends is kind of hard for me. But also, like, there are girls that I've seen that are creative that I'm like, oh, I want to hang out with. But it's such a weird thing, because I don't want to, for one, be like, hey, I want to hang out with this person, but it look weird or feel weird between us or anything like that. Because, I'm interested in hanging out with them because they're doing some awesome stuff. So I don't want that to be weird, you know? But also, like, reaching out to them. I don't want to seem like a creeper, you know?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. I just don't want to be like, hey, I think you're really cool. I like the stuff that you're doing. We should hang out.
Like, you don't want to come across as, like, you're trying to, like, get more out of the situation than what you're actually saying.
Yeah, I just want to be their friend and let's make something awesome and hang out kind of thing, you know. Which there have been a couple people that I've reached out to and I'm like, hey, by the way, you know, I mean, I don't be like, I'm married, but I'd be like, hey, I think you're really cool. We should hang out, like, with me and my wife and you and your boyfriend. Like, we can go hang out, double date or something like that. Or go do something creative or whatever. Like, you know, just hang out.
To kind of bridge that, like, find that middle ground.
Yeah.
Of, like, you know, I have a relationship, so, like, that's not what I'm trying to say here.
Exactly, yeah.
So you're to, like, do 2 birds with 1 stone kind of thing.
Yeah, so I can, like, make friends with people who, well, for one, might be interested in hanging out with us and playing board games and, like, going bowling, laser tag, skating, that kind of fun stuff, you know? But also, like, once they get to know me, be a one-on-one, like, maybe you don't have to be there or whatever, and we can hang out, and it's not weird, it's not awkward, because we're friends, you know?
Yeah.
So there's that, but I also want to try to find guy friends, too, to go hang out with, because I want to go take some photos or video or, like, find some people who are interested in kind of the same kind of design and camera stuff, so maybe we can bounce ideas off of each other.
Maybe go on road trips.
That's something that I really want to do is travel, but we'll get into that in another episode.
Oh, you don't want to touch on that a little bit right now?
Well, we can a little bit. Yeah, why not? I want to travel. That's
it. He really, really wants to travel, and right now I'm just really not wanting to do that right now. I keep saying right now, but I'm not really wanting to do that a lot at this moment, and I like to go on, like, quick road trips or, like, quick travel, but for now, like, he's just really wanting to go to all these places, and so having somebody to do it with would be awesome.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago, me and you went to Carmel by the Sea. Like, we followed the West Coast, Pacific Coast Highway.
Highway 1.
And
101.
101, whatever. And both, sure. And we followed the coast, like, stayed right on the ocean as much as possible the whole way. And it literally took all day to drive up there and all day to drive back. So we spent Saturday and Sunday just driving the entire time. Slept in a Walmart parking lot.
Yeah.
But it was so much fun just to get out, see nature, kind of film a little bit.
Hang out and talk.
Yeah, it was just like, that's what I like to do sometimes. If I'm not on my computer, which is pretty much most of the day, I want to be out doing something like that. And that's something that I've really been wanting to do a lot more lately, but especially with living out here, as much as everything is, it's just like, it's hard to afford to be able to take a trip like that, or take a trip, you know, more than that, you know, because that didn't cost us very much, just gas there and back.
Honestly, now that I think about it, you having a friend that you traveled with would be way cheaper on us, because you wouldn't have to pay for you and me.
Yeah, we can split it. Yeah. I found a trip to
Japan?
Paris. Yeah, a Paris trip for $250 round trip in November. If anyone wants to go with me, we'll go split it. Paris will be romantic. No, there's been... I watch for cheap flights all the time to try to find those kind of things, and I've seen some to Japan for like $300. It was like $350 something, but it was $10 cheaper to go there or $10 cheaper to go to Hawaii than it was Japan. I was like, if it's only a $10 difference, might as well go further, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I watch out for deals all the time, and I really want to be able to travel, but then besides the flight, you got to pay for the place to stay, the Uber rides, all that kind of stuff. So
what you're saying deep down is that you need to be a travel planner.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't really want to plan other people's travel. I might make some YouTube videos to help people, like, figure it out themselves.
Yeah, that's a good idea. There you go. Let us know if you want to see a YouTube video where Calvin gives you all of his secrets on finding the best deals.
Yeah. just basically fly whenever it's the cheapest. Well, that was the dumb thing to say, but well, I'll do a better video. What kind of laugh was that? Okay. Throughout this podcast, you will realize all of Jessica's different laughs. And they'll all be way too loud, and I'll have to pitch them down.
Oh my god.
But yeah. Anyway, I need to travel more, and that's what I want to do. But I also want to try to make friends and hang out with people, so that's something I'm trying to work on and things like that. But in the meanwhile, I do plan, speaking of travel and friends, going back to Arkansas for a week. Tomorrow. I fly tomorrow. We're waiting last minute to film this podcast.
Yeah, he has to wake up in, I don't know how many
6 hours.
6 hours?
Something like that. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Holy moly. Why are we not asleep right now?
I don't know. It's time to film the podcast. We're thinking it'll be quieter, but apparently not. Everything going on in the background.
Yeah.
But yes, I am flying back to Arkansas for a week to hang out with some family. It's been a little while. I think since Christmas, since I've seen a couple people. But yeah, I'm going to go hang out with people, see a couple friends, go to my work for one day because I haven't been to, a few in a little bit. So I'll go do that and just let people know that I'm still alive. Mm-hmm. And it'll be good for me too, to be able to hang out with people. I'm really excited about that, to be able to go back for a little bit.
We've been going back to Arkansas separately.
Mm-hmm. Which I think is better. I
do too.
I would like to go together, and I know my family would like to see you, so every now and then we'll do that, but being able to go separately, you can spend more time with your family, and I could spend more time with my family.
Yeah, and we don't have to feel bad about, if we're at my dad's for, a few days, instead of oh, you could have been with your family, we get to spend it separately and not feel bad about the other person.
Yeah. I mean, I do want to go see them, but also I really want to see my family too. And
you have a lot of family.
I have a lot of family to see.
And everybody
is so spread out.
It's very spread out. It's hours apart, and you're just driving around to everybody's houses, and then if we're trying to fit it all in, then it's a lot more travel than actually getting to spend time with the people that you want to spend time with.
Yeah, so it's a big deal, but I think it's nice to be able to go as much as we can. My sister, I'm really wanting to see, but she used to live in Denver, which would have been a lot easier. But now she lives about 3 hours out of Denver, so I can't just fly to Denver unless I get a rental car too.
Yeah.
But I do want to see her. Those flights are pretty cheap too. I found some for $50 before. So who knows? I may just spend the money to do that, buy a rental car, and go visit.
Or you could always road trip.
Yeah, I guess I could. It'd be about a good day to drive up there, or longer. I don't know. Yeah. But that's one of the things I'm really happy about with my work, is that I can travel while still working and kind of experience that. Which we'll save that for another episode. Yeah. Because I think that's an interesting topic to talk about. Yeah. But, so I'm going to go visit family. It's going to be good. And I'm going to try to make friends. And that's pretty much what this podcast is about. It's how hard it is to find friends once you're older. And trying to let the ones that you still have know that, hey, you still care about them, even if you never text or call or anything like that.
That's really hard to sometimes. My friendship is better whenever I can see the person in person, because sometimes I just forget to text somebody for weeks on time. Even my dad, my mom, I'm not a text or caller kind of person. Yeah. And it's not even really because of people, growing up in technology, because I didn't have that whenever I was a kid. I just that I like have never been used to like texting my friends all the time or calling them, because like I didn't have that when I was a kid either. And so
yeah,
it's always like seeing people in person and enjoying their presence for me anyways.
Yeah. Which I'm glad, like, we can still be friends with people and we can go like several years at a time without talking and then be like, you know what? What's this person up to? Reach out to them and you're still like best friends, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's pretty cool. I've had a couple friends that's reached out to me from high school before. Mm-hmm. And it's like, hey, you know, we still know you. We still care about you.
You're still a real person.
You're still a real person. And I always think that's really cool to be able to, you know, even throughout time, even if it's years and years, be able to be like, hey, that's still my friend, you know?
Yeah. Like, we just did separate things for a while, but I still care about you.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the episode, I think.
Okay.
Unless there's anything you want to add to that.
I think that I'm good.
Okay, cool. Well, I think that was an interesting episode to talk about.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy we talked about it.
Yeah, me too.
It's not a happy podcast like the couple ones we've done, but it was a good topic, and I'm glad that we shared.
Me too.
Me too. Anyway, me too. So yes, I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast as well. If you liked that episode, please, if you're watching YouTube, leave a like, subscribe, and comment. If you're listening to us on iTunes, please review it, because I guess that's a thing.
Yeah, 5 stars.
Give us 5 stars. Now. No, we'd appreciate that. Subscribe on all those different platforms that you listen to us on. And we'll catch you guys in the next episode.
Yeah, and let us know if you have any tips on making friends as an adult.
That's a great thing to say. Yes, if you have any tips, leave us a comment, email us, and we'll get back to you. Or maybe not. Who knows? Who knows how this life goes? Episode 4 done.
Ching!
All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.